Let's continue. Let's continue the true ending of this entire game. And it's interesting. I don't know. It does. Well, same thing with Minamisawa Senri. It kind of like flips a lot of things. Not flip, but like it changes our perspective on a lot of previous scenes. I guess. I feel like that's a theme, though. I feel like they keep doing this. They always kind of like, oh, but actually, Serika was an imaginary friend and Takuro. But oh, you know, Minamisawa Senri was actually Kurusu this whole time, or whatever, or the other way around, actually. And oh, everything is like they keep doing it. So I don't know. Let's see. Well, let's see what Takuru, the serial killer, has to say. I guess.
友達かもしれない女の子を助けたいって言ったよね。
そうよ。だから何？
それが
Miyashiro stopped rubbing his knees, and then he looked straight at me.
それが今君のやりたいことなの。
For some reason, when he asked that question, I found that I couldn't speak for a second. I felt something boiling up deep within my heart. But then I answered him clearly.
そうですよ。それが私のやりたいことですけど、話はそれだけ？
ああ、うん。
For some reason, Miyashiro smiled again. I didn't understand what that smile meant.
そっか。
うん？
Hee hee ha ha. Why is he laughing? It's crazy. Then he burst out laughing and I didn't know what to do. He curled up his tiny body up into an even tinier ball as he doubled over laughing. He shook as he tried to stop laughing, but he failed, and a hoarse voice leaked out from his throat. I didn't find it funny at all.
何がおかしいの？
いや、ごめん。なんでもないんだ。それで君は友達かもしれない女の子を助けてどうするつもり？
私のことを聞くのよ。私はどんな人間だったのかって、なんで碧峰学園にいたのかって。
そっか。わかった。安心した。僕らに協力してほしい。
Huh? Relieved? What did that mean? This really didn't make any sense at all.
いいの？そんな簡単に OK しちゃって。
Okay.
あ、君のやりたいことは絶対に邪魔しない。まあ、あるところに踏み込んでこなければだけどね。
Certain places?
何それ？
こっちの話さ。協力よろしくな。
Miyashiro offered me his hand as he smiled. Did he want me to shake it? No way. I looked away and he stopped smiling and scratched his head.
ああ、悪い。つい。
He seemed like a normal, awkward boy. It was impossible to believe he could be a killer.
何考えてるの？私。
My mind flashed back to those images of the case. The blood everywhere, the expressions of pain, the cruelly tortured bodies. The anger that I almost forgotten came back.
言っとくけど、どんな理由があっても人を殺すなんて絶対に許されないから。あんたは最低なことしたんだから。
The person in front of me had killed his own sister, and then he said he killed himself but didn't. Was he scared of dying even after he killed other people? Did he care about his own life too much? The person he killed had their own lives that they cared about too. They had lives, friends, and families. The things I was trying so hard to get for myself. Maybe I'd never get them no matter how hard I tried. And he just stolen all of them away from others.
私、あんたみたいなやつ、大嫌い。
I didn't know what effect my words had on him. He just sat on the bed and silently looked up. And suddenly smiled again.
何よ。
And what's more, there were tears in his eyes. His tears were so honest and true that I found myself overwhelmed. They fell to the bed without a sound. How long did we stay like that? Had to remind myself that the person in front of me was a serial killer. If I didn't, I felt like I might forget my anger. I couldn't believe myself.
今さら泣いて後悔したって手遅れよ。
Miyashiro kept crying, but he didn't stop smiling. His face looked like a parent watching a child, as if like that's actually what's happening right now, I assume he's crying because it's not so much that he's crying that he killed those people, because, technically he was responsible for them, but I guess he didn't kill them directly, but more so the fact that he's happy that Sarika is, learning the fact that, hey, you shouldn't kill people, even though she was the one that killed all of those people, at least from his perspective, assuming some of the main route is true. I don't know. Anyway, we truly are the Chaos Child.
しないよ。僕は自分のしたことに悔いはない。満足してるんだ。
He didn't regret it after all those terrible killings? And he was serious too. It's as if he was crying tears of joy.
この
What an asshole. At least from Sarika's perspective anyway. I didn't want to keep talking to him anymore. I went to the door and called for Kunasato and the detective. They came inside and looked toward Miyashiro without bothering to see if I was okay.
結果は
Miyashiro wiped away the tears as he spoke.
協力してもらうことにしました。
いいのか？
はい。
The two of them looked at his face as if they saw something painful there, but he kept laughing and crying.
僕が考えてた普通の女の子とはちょっと違いますけど、彼女がノノを助けたいと思って行動するのなら協力してもらいましょう。
No, it's calling her No.
のの
Nona was the first name of Kurusu, the woman in the hospital room, which meant that the two of them were friends.
宮代念のため確認するが
Kunesato's voice was low. She probably was worried I'd hear.
お前はもう以前のお前じゃない。力は使えない。それは分かっているな。
Okay, so he can't use his, I guess, superpowers?
はい。何度も試しました。もう僕にはディソードも見えません。
Power? The D sword? What is he talking about? Sounds dumb.
最悪の事態に陥っても力には頼れない。それでもやるんだな。
If things go pear-shaped.
はい。ノノたちのためですから。
I guess that's an idiom. Do people say that? I think they do. What a weird phrase though. They go pear-shaped? What do you mean by pear-shaped?
というか、
Like in the shape of a pear? I don't know what that means.
委員会の情報さえ手に入れば、それで満足じゃないんですか？
Well, I know what it means. When things go pear-shaped, it means, things go bad, I guess. But what do you mean, why is a pear like a bad thing unless you hate pears? I don't know. Anyway. Miyashiro chuckled and Kunosato frowned and looked away.
うるさい。自分から力を捨てて戻ってきたやつは初めてなんだ。対応が難しい。
Are you sure? She asked. Miyashiro nodded.
大丈夫です。あんな力、もう必要ありません。
She was still looking away from him. All right, she whispered. Detective Shinjo's mouth went wide open in shock when he saw that.
なんだ。私の顔に何かついているのか。
いや、久野里さんがそんなに分かりやすく困ってるところを初めて見る。普段からそういう態度でいたらいいのにな。
あ、それいいアイデアですね。久野里さんならできるんじゃないですか？
お前ら、いい加減に。 私もその方がいいと思います。看護師さんに気難しい人って言われてますよ。なんだと。
Well, that nurse is gonna be beaten up now.
あ、
I hadn't meant to say that. Kunasato was glaring at me fiercely. After that, she explained to me the rest of the plan. She was still pissed off the whole time. Okay. Finding about Kurusu and the others, all the Chaos Child Syndrome patients actually involved far more danger than I had imagined. But I wanted my memories and my past back no matter what. And that was enough to keep me from getting scared and backing out. Well, I listened to Kunasato talk late into the evening and just barely managed to catch the last train home. The second I fell into bed, I felt an exhaustion coming on that I couldn't fight, and I fell asleep without even changing clothes. So much had happened today. I was sure I would never forget it. What about the old me, though? Did she ever have any amazing experiences like this? Or was her life boring and peaceful? She did a lot of killing, so she did. There was a white light in front of me. It was so bright and so hot that I thought I might burn myself. The light was shining down on me. It was the same light as before. It was probably the headlights of the car that struck me. This was part of my memories from the accident. It was too bright for me to see the car. There was just a light shining on me. I felt like I yelled something important, maybe. And I'd been crying. I mean, it's probably in the theater cube, right? The spotlights on the stage? But I can't remember. It was so frustrating to have fragments of memories, but not the whole. The headlights in my dream eventually grew to blot out everything else. And then I woke up. I put my hand to my cheek. It was wet. I've been crying. I rubbed my red eyes as hard as I could and stood up. Maybe I could say goodbye to these dreams today. I looked at the clock and it had been only 3 hours since I'd gone to sleep. I stayed awake until dawn, thinking and doing research.
案外性に合ってるのかも。
I put together everything I'd researched and used to think. And when I thought, I found out where I had questions and researched them some more. For some strange reason, when I was working, I didn't feel sleepy. I honestly thought about getting a job at Momose's company someday.
それとも以前の私って調査オタク？そんなの聞いたことないけど。
Today was Sunday. A normal girl might be getting ready to go shopping with her friends, but I was different. I was not like the other girls, I guess. Just like Kunasato had told me 2 days ago, I was about to...
よっし、行きますか。
It was a little early still, but I quickly got ready and left. Chaos Child Syndrome is a treatable illness. It's not dangerous, it's not communicable. That's what it says. One thing. Don't harass them. It's a violation of their human rights, written by law. Let us strive for equal society. I looked up the board. It was still displaying the message from yesterday. I stood a little way from the station entrance and watched the people go by. I quickly found the group I was looking for.
お買い物かな。
There was a group of Chaos Child Syndrome patients walking through the crowd. They're all old women, no young girls. They were crossing the street, laughing and talking and wearing the same clothes that young people wore. I had no idea what their real age was, but from the way they were talking, they might have been middle school girls. They might have been part of Hekiyo's Academy's middle school. The people around them were ignoring them, probably because they'd seen them a million times before. But a couple of foreigners were staring at them in shock. They even took their phones out and started taking pictures. But the girls showed no signs of noticing and continued their conversation.
やっぱり本当だったんだ。
I remember what Meishiro had told me the other day.
本当に気がつかないんだというより認識できないと言った方がいいかもしれない。
Okay, so interesting. I guess it's Miyashiro, like speaking about the Chaos Child Syndrome, you know, from a survivor, I guess. He was telling me about the certain symptoms of Chaos Child Syndrome.
僕から見れば碧峰学園に通っている生徒たちは皆普通の中学生や高校生だった。見ているだけじゃなく触れることもあったけど、その肌が老人のものだとは思えなかった。
でも世間でいろいろ言われるでしょ。
それも全く。僕たちはカオスチャイルド症候群を地震による PTSD だって理解してた。
PTSD?
What did that mean again? Well, I mean, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. But I guess, you know, it's a little bit weird if you're Japanese. If you're a native Japanese speaker, you know, it's like saying like a really like foreign word. You know, you wouldn't really know exactly what it means off the top of your head, I guess. But I felt like I heard it before.
心的外傷後ストレス性障害。要は地震の記憶がフラッシュバックしてきて吐き気を覚えたりうつ状態になったりすることだ。宮代たちは自分たちの症状をそういうものだと勘違いさせられていた。
でも実際は全然違ってた。症候群に関するニュースは映像でも音声でも画像でも何度も見ていたはずなのに。それに事件の被害者が全員カオスチャイルド症候群だったっていうことも僕はこの前初めて知ったんだ。
The victims as in the victims of serial killers or serial killings or just victims in general? The next thing I knew, the Chaos Child girls had vanished to the other side of the street. They were walking around and living normal lives just like other people. They could talk to people and look on TV and the internet. But anything about their real appearance, anything that would tell them they actually had the bodies of very old people that you wouldn't see or hear. It was kind of like they were living in their own wonderful dream. That's how it felt to me. The day after I heard what Miyashiro had to say, I borrowed Aoi's phone again and done my own research on Chaos Child Syndrome. When I looked at what I saw online in light of what he told me, I realized how many people had no idea what they were talking about. It was like they just accepted superficial things they were told and didn't try to find the truth. They were shutting their eyes and ears to what they didn't want to hear. I also learned that people like that were called wrong-siders. Oh no. Oh, they were on the wrong side of the information divide.
それとクルスノノさん。
I also learned something important about Kurusu Nono, the girl who might have been my friend. It might have been the clue I needed to learn about my past.
そろそろかな。
I looked at the clock and it was almost time. I headed into the crowd in the direction the little girls had gone and started walking to my destination. I could see the inside of the academy from a distance. There's no one there, not even the guard from the other day. None of the people who thought they were students at the school were there. Detective Shinjo and Kunosato's plan was working, so far. I caught up on an image in my mind. It was a man I'd seen on Kunosato's computer. His name was... Wakoi Shuichi.
やっぱりそうだ。
Sometimes, in the fragments of my memories, I would see him in a special place. It wasn't a classroom or the club room. It was a mysterious place surrounded by machinery. He was standing there and telling me something. Before the accident, I was meeting with him in private in a secret place in his school.
で、どこだ？
It came out of nowhere. I turned around and found Kunosato standing behind me. When did she get here? Could she at least say hello?
この学園のどこにある？刑事さんと、あいつは？さっき、裏門から学園へ入った。手を回して、学園内は無人にしてある。中へ入ってしまえば、 もう大丈夫だろう。私たちも行こう。
Kunasato started walking. She stood up tall, like always, and walked right into the school. I followed behind her, bent over, and trying to be sneaky. Metal Gear Solid style. When I told them 2 days ago about the vision I had, when I told them about the place where I'd been meeting Wakui, all 3 of them had gone pale. It was in that room. It was a place in the Hikyo Academy that wasn't a classroom or a club room where the sun never shone. It was filled with machines I'd never seen before. The man named Wakui was standing there and telling me something. That's what you just said. When I told him that, Kunasato had put her hand to her forehead and yanked at her hair in frustration. She already thoroughly searched Hikyo Academy, but yes, I didn't search it thoroughly enough, she said, frustrated. Of course, we had to go search the school again. The question was what to do with Miyashiro. I didn't think he needed to come with us, but evidently he had to go wherever the device was. Evidently he had to go wherever the device was that I seen in my vision. Kunasato and Shinjo had been searching for that device this whole time, they'd said.
で、その場所はどこにあるんだ？
Kunasato asked again as she walked ahead of me. I followed behind her and tried to summon the vision in my head, but I couldn't be sure.
どこって言われても、学園の中を歩いてみないと。その場所を見つけたら言います。あまり悠長にはしていられないぞ。学園内を無人にしておける時間もそれほど長くないからな。分かってます。
We walked inside the school building. When we got inside, the 2 of them were standing in the corner. Miyashiro Takaru was really outside. He wasn't wearing handcuffs or anything else.
すいません。刑事さん？この間も思ったんですけど、2人ともこの人を信用しすぎなんじゃないですか？
He's a serial killer. Why don't you lock him up?
連続殺人事件の犯人なんですよ。もうちょっとしっかりというか。
Suddenly I felt like an idiot. I was just a teenage girl. Why would a detective take advice from me?
宮代くんなら大丈夫だ。心配しなくていい。
そんなことより、さっさと探せ。
Okay, just don't worry about it. Forget it. It wasn't really important. I didn't really understand what was going on. You know, if I didn't know any better, then I would think like they're being mind controlled or something by Takaru, and he actually is the real villain. I don't know.
わかりました。行きますよ。
I looked down the hallway from the entrance as I spoke. I remembered the vision again. It was a very dark spot.
日の当たらない校舎か、それとも地下かな。
I started walking, relying only on my hazy memories. I'd start by checking all the hallways. Something might ring a bell. The others followed after me, staring intently at their surroundings. I was paying close attention too, to see if I remembered anything.
そうだ。
I turned back to face Kunasato as I walked.
クルスノノさんについて聞きたいことがあるんですけど。今お前がするべきことはそれか。
Yes, do we have the time for that? She was glaring at me incredibly fiercely, but it was something I needed to know. I didn't back down.
クルスさん、怪我をしてましたよね。胸のところ。
ああ、確かに。
The detective answered instead of Kunasato. I glanced at Miyashiro before I spoke again.
ネットで見たんですけど、それって例の事件に巻き込まれたせいだって本当ですか？
For some reason, all 3 of them fell silent. Miyashiro was the one responsible for the so-called return of the new generation madness. In the end, he hadn't killed himself like he said he was going to. It was said he chickened out and he surrendered. There are a lot of different rumors about why he said he was going to kill himself in public. The most popular one was that he failed to recreate the new generation madness. The last New Generation Madness, 6 years ago in Kale's head, had been composed of 7 murders. This time there had been only 6. There was supposed to be another on November 4th, but it had failed. And it was Kurusu Nono who was supposed to be the target. She was Miyashiro's stepsister. Who I don't know if she's actually Minami Sawa Senri now, because I don't know if the Minami Sawa Senri route was actually real, you know? Well, it didn't make news, but on November 4th, Kurusu had been attacked by someone and been put in a coma. She'd been found in time to save her life, but just like I see in the hospital room, she was still asleep. And of course, the one who thought to have attacked her was...
どうなの宮代
I glared at him, but he didn't answer. He just looked back at me, and for some reason his eyes were sad. I just couldn't understand what this murderer was thinking, so I started telling him what I learned.
同じ施設だったのよね。妹さんに続いてお姉さんまで手にかけようとしたの。クルスさんと同じ新聞部にいたみたいね。アップされてた動画に名前が残っていたもの。
Okay, interesting. So, like, we know that because Serica did some research, so we know some information is real, that it did happen. You know, for example, that they uploaded the video, that did happen, I guess, in the real world. I wasn't sure if I should ask what I really wanted to know. I should have realized yesterday. When Miyashiro had called Kurusu Nono, her first name, Kurusu and Miyashiro were close, which meant that since I was Kurusu's friend, he knew me too.
あんた、私を知ってるの？
知らない。
There was no hesitation in his voice. It was clearer and louder than I ever heard him before.
そんなはずないわ。私とクルスさんが一緒に写ってる写真があるんだから。
知らない。僕とノノは仲が悪かった。ノノの友達関係なんて把握してない。
その写真、新聞部の部室で撮られたものよ。部長だったあなたが知らないわけないでしょ。
知らない。
おい、そういう話は後にしろ。急げ。
Kurosato suddenly pushed me hard from behind. It was as if she was trying to cut me off for Miyashiro's sake. Both Miyashiro and the detective started walking faster too. It was like they decided in advance that this is how they would respond to that question. Just ignore it. This didn't make sense. It felt like Momose and Kurosato were hiding something about my past. And then there was the way Detective Shinjo acted when he first saw me. And more than anything, there was the way Miyashiro had cried when he'd seen me. I could hear myself grinding my teeth. I balled my hands into fists. This was incredibly frustrating. I had so many big hints, and I knew everyone was trying to hide something, but I couldn't remember what it was.
そっちはダメだ。
え？
Miyashiro suddenly spoke in a sharp tone. We all stopped. The sign said that the annex was up ahead. This is where I'd find the newspaper club room.
何？
そっちは最後だ。他の可能性をすべて潰してからだ。
何なのあんた。別にどこからでもいいでしょ。それに新聞部に行けば何かヒントが。
お前はノノを助けにここに来てるんだろ。新聞部の周りに怪しい部屋なんてなかった。これは間違いない。
Miyashiro turned around without waiting for my answer.
あんたちょっと。
How do you know that, though? You were in your Chaos Child Syndrome thing, you know? You say that with certainty, but are you sure? I suddenly saw a clear vision in my mind and yelled. That was...
どうした？
My legs started moving on their own. The memories became clearer along with the vision. The view of the courtyard from the window, the trees and plants. The scene in the window connected with my memories. That's right. Whenever I talked with Wakoi in that strange room, I always ran through this hallway. Probably. Tabum. And after going through this hallway, what did I do?
おい、思い出したのか？ちょっと静かにしてください。気が散ります。
I started to walk, following the hazy trail in my memories. I ended up outside the annex. This was the first floor of the annex. I stood in front of the building's wall. What was I going to do with the wall? I wasn't sure why, but I did what the memories told me to do and put my hand on the wall. Secret passage? How convenient. I could hear Miyashiro and the detective gasp. Huh? I didn't believe what I was seeing either. My hand had gone through the wall. Oh, it's an illusion, I guess. It's a projection. Hologram. My hand went through into the school building as if there was nothing there. I could see the wall, but it didn't exist. I couldn't feel anything against my hand. It's very... I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a neat trick, but like, how do you control the fact that, I don't know, any of these patients might have accidentally leaned on this wall, you know, and then went through? I don't know. Maybe not. My mom was shocked and confused, but well, then again, when you think about it, all the patients are in their own little delusions, I guess. So maybe it'll be highly unlikely that they will find this place. Well, I was shocked and confused, but my body remembered this feeling. I pushed forward and deeper into the wall. Next thing I knew, I was up my shoulder without resistance. It looked like something out of a cartoon, or maybe an anime, I don't know. Suddenly I came back to my senses and leaped back. I fell backward onto my butt. When I looked up, the wall was still in front of me. It was impossible to believe that my hand had just gone through it. It was my own memories that had brought me here, but I was still stunned. Delusion synchro. Okay. Kunisato went up and put her hand against the wall. It disappeared just like mine had.
実際に見せられるとまるで魔法だな。信じられない。
実際にはただの錯覚だがな。
It's an illusionary wall.
中は見えますか?
Like in Dark Souls.
俺が確かめよう。
The detective poked his head in. It disappeared into the wall without any resistance.
暗くてよく見えないが、多分階段だ。地下へ続いてる。
新聞部の真下だったってことですか。
バカにされているようだな。まったく。
The detective took something out of his pocket, and it was a small flashlight. How convenient.
5分経って俺が戻らないようなら逃げろ。
He tossed something at Kunasato, who grabbed it. It looked like a car key.
宮代くんの姿だけは誰にも見せるな。あと、アクセルは右だからな。
待て。
The accelerator is on the right. Oh yeah, because Kunasato doesn't know how to drive. Technically, she doesn't have a driver's license.
銃をすぐ使えるようにしていけ。威嚇射撃なんてするな。見つけたら構わず撃て。
Okay.
おいおい、ここはあんたの国じゃないんだからな。
Yeah, we're not like NA cops, you know. But the detective took out his gun and put it in his other hand. It was the first time I've ever seen one, and I felt a shiver run down my back. I was forced to realize once more that this wasn't a game.
気をつけて。
ああ。
The detective put his hand up against the wall without any hesitation and then went inside.
宮代、そっちを見張っていろ。
はい。
The two of them ignored my shock as they stood back to back and watched their surroundings. They didn't seem surprised. In fact, this seemed like normal everyday occurrence for them. I forced myself to calm down and stand up and wipe the mud off my clothes. A lot of mud on my butt. I had goosebumps.
説明してください。何ですかこれ。
The hologram, sweetie. Don't you know? Didn't you watch sci-fi? Neither of them looked at me. They just kept watching. So I guess not really hologram.
何をしようとしてるんですか？
Probably, I don't know. It's probably some kind of technology where it's kind of like using the same mechanics as, the Giggle Maniac thing, putting a delusion in real life. But this one's like an actual, like, ironically, it's more realistic, I can imagine a hologram, not like setting fire to everything. But then, I don't know. We'll see. Because I was wondering, Mutual did mention that he did have powers, while he was in the Chaos Child Syndrome thing. Or whatever, so were the powers real? I guess it is, Oh.
カオスチャイルド症候群の治療のヒントを得るために涌井の研究室にあるデータが必要だ。そう言っただろう。
I knew that. They told me 2 days ago.
そうじゃなくて、
I couldn't find the words. Too much had happened and I wasn't sure what to ask. With nothing else to do, I stood guard as well. With what? We don't really... we have a bare hands. Kurosato probably knows, close quarters combat. You can probably, like, choke someone out. But Takaru and Sarika, I don't think they're really good at, fighting. It was frustrating, just sitting there waiting for time to pass. I thought it had surely been 5 minutes, but it had been less than 1. As I kept looking at the time...
無事か？はあ。あ、わかった。
Kurosato hung up and turned toward me.
クリアだ。ついてこい。
Are you sure? I don't know. Did he get like... Wakui, he apparently knows about these powers. He could have, like, also used some kind of mind control to trick Shinjo too, I mind control Shinjo. Shinjo's like, oh, everything's fine, as he is dying on the floor. I don't know. Anyway. Which makes me wonder about Sakuma as well. I guess Sakuma, he was real, right? He did have like a device that allowed him to use Gigomaniac powers. Like, he wasn't a Gigomaniac himself, naturally. He was simply, a scientist or whatever that could make a device from the old, scraps of the explosion and made him to have like Gigomaniac powers and everything. But I guess he was murdered in real life, though, right? No. Then, just as soon as the words were out of her mouth, she vanished into the wall. Come on, it's not that surprising, Sarika. Didn't you watch Harry Potter, that in the beginning in the movie? Like, you go into the special spot, and then you go to Hogwarts? I don't know. What was I supposed to do? I didn't know what's going on, and I was scared.
君はここまででいい。急いで学園の外へ出ろ。
Miyashiro turned back to me and spoke.
ノノたちは僕が絶対に回復させる。案内ありがとう。それじゃあ、さよなら。
Miyashiro smiled and disappeared beyond the wall. When I heard his words, I felt a pain, like someone squeezing my chest.
あれ？どうしたんだろう？私。
I couldn't run away, I just stood in front of the wall, feeling like I lost something important. I knew this feeling from somewhere, but I wasn't sure where. I had forgotten something important. What was this feeling? I slapped my hands against my cheeks as hard as I could. Again. The old me would have gone beyond the wall, I knew that much. There was nothing to be afraid of. It was much more important than I remember. I put my hand up against the wall to make sure there was nothing there. One more time, and then plunged inside. And it fell on the stairs. And I went down the long, narrow staircase, holding my hand against the wall. It was dim, but not completely dark. There was a tiny bit of light leaking up from below. Each time I took a step, the memories became much more clear. There's no mistaking it. I've been here before. It wasn't deja vu.
前 私って一体何だったの？
I've been a student here in Hekio, even though I didn't have Chaos Child Syndrome. Maybe I was a scientist like Kunasato? I don't know about that. And that's why I was talking to Wakui down here. No, that didn't seem right. There's no way a normal girl like me could be a scientist. Hey, that old laugh she always does. A weird smile appeared on my face as I started to think about different ideas. Each time the lid almost came off my memories, I started to feel terrible, and I smiled to take my mind off of it. Don't go down there. You can't go down there. I could feel someone whispering that deep within my heart, but my legs wouldn't go back. What if the old me was a totally different person? What if knowing about her changed me? Even if it did, I still wanted to know about the real me. And then I finally reached the bottom of the stairs. I don't know what this place is. It looks like a bunch of servers. Well, that's the monitors, I guess. Well, similar to the one we found in the basement in AH Tokyo General Hospital. Again, a very expensive gaming PC setup. You know, there's a lot of extra monitors. Anyway, row after row of TV monitors filled the space. I knew this sight. I seen it in my visions. Were the visions of this room? Miyashiro looked angry at me for not listening to his warning. But he didn't say anything. And I assume, well, actually, yeah, I assume this is the same place we did find in the Tokyo General Hospital, because Wakoi, at least from my memories from Serika, apparently he moved everything. I don't know how he did that. Seems like a hard thing to do. But I guess that's what he did. You know, he moved all of the, you know, the data and the computers. You know, you didn't have to move the computers though, because you know, data doesn't need to be physical. You could just, you know, rip out the hard drive or whatever instead of just like moving literally everything. But well, whatever. But he didn't say anything. Or it could be just like another place. You know, it could be just another place with more computers. It just looks very similar.
黙ってろ。気が散る。
Konosato sat down from the computer and began typing at an incredible speed. She seemed to be doing a detailed check of the data on it. Type.
よし、いける。データが揃ってるぞ。
本当ですか?
Konosato actually smiled for once.
急いで始めるぞ。
はい。
新庄さんは表で監視を頼む。何かあったらすぐに知らせてくれ。
ああ、データのバックアップを取っておけよ。
誰に言ってる？
I don't know. You don't know how to drive. Well, I was getting. You don't know how to drive a car. Are you like really good at technology? I don't know. But that's not. I guess that's not equivalent. Anyway, Shinjo smiled back and ran up the stairs.
宮代。
She has used technology before. She knows how to use it.
装置に座ったらすぐに注射を。
Get inside. Once you sit down on the device, do the injections immediately. What? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
はい。
Is it like? Well, actually, I remember Minamisawa said me, right? She was like sitting down and, you know, strapped to a chair, doing injections and everything. Is he doing something as well?
注射の仕方はもう大丈夫だな。
はい、さすがに病院で何度も怒られましたから。
何度教えてもお前が覚えないからだ。
Miyashiro ran to the next room, looking a little excited.
何か見つかったんですか？
Kurosato started typing again.
ああ、予測していた通り、装置と必要なデータがあったんだ。これでカオスチャイルド症候群を治療できるかもしれない。
Her voice lilted slightly, or lilted? Oh, lilted. I'd never seen her so happy.
それじゃあ、クルスさんたちも？おそらくな。
I couldn't help but sigh in relief.
どうやって治療するんですか？必要なデータって？ 画像だ。
Huh? Image.
画像って
Is it the
写真
Rorschach
とか
image?
絵とかそういう画像ですか？
Or is it gonna be like something like, it's the reverse, side of the Rorschach? It's just the sumo sticker, but in reverse. And that somehow cures you. I don't know. You could cure the disease with a picture? That didn't make any sense. But from the way Kunosato was acting, it must be.
そもそもカオスチャイルド症候群って原因は何なんですか？
Which makes me think, also, in the main route, I guess in the field routes as well, we learned that they use those sumo stickers to, supposedly find out who has, who's like a psychic or whatever, who's like a egomaniac. But then it's kind of obvious, though, who has, Chaos Child Syndrome. But then again, well, I was thinking, all of the people who have Chaos Child Syndrome are just, wrinkly, old people. So it's not that hard to tell without even using any of the sumo stickers, but maybe not everyone that has Chaos Child Syndrome has psychic power, so maybe that's why.
しかもどうして症候群の人の中でクルスさんたちだけが昏睡状態になっているんです？
That was something I've been wondering for a while. The town was filled with Chaos Child Syndrome patients wandering around. Kunosato stopped typing and hesitated for a moment. Then she looked at me and whispered, I guess it's alright.
お前クルスたち以外の症候群者を見たことはあるな？
I nodded. I just seen some of the crossing and I seen a whole class of them here at Hekiho.
どう感じた？どうって言われても。
They were probably actually middle school age. It seemed like they had no idea that anything was wrong. The ones in the classroom had looked straight at me.
なんていうか自分たちに都合のいい夢の中で生きてるみたいっていうか。ほう。確信はついてるじゃないか。
Kunosato smiled, a teacher whose student just got a good grade, and went back to typing into the keyboard. She seemed to find the data she was looking for because she nodded in satisfaction.
カントの右手と左手の話にウィトゲンシュタインが反論した話は知っているか？
Wittgenstein's opposition to Kant's left and right hand thought experiment. Not really. From the names, maybe they were important scientists or something. I doubted any high school girl had actually heard of them.
頭と尻が逆になっている2本のマッチ棒は回転させて重ねれば同一のものだが一次元人はそれに気づかない。
Okay, so I'm trying to imagine that. Take two matches, top and bottom reverse, spin them, and overlap them, and they're still the same thing, but a one-dimensional being won't be able to tell. Okay.
背中合わせになっている2つの直角三角形はつまみ上げて重ねれば同一のものだが二次元人はそれに気づかない。
Okay. I don't know, it's hard to imagine. Take two right triangles back to back, like this. Put them on top of each other, they're still the same thing, but a two-dimensional being won't be able to tell. Like a 2D waifu, 2D character won't be able to tell, I guess.
いずれもその次元の人間に認識できないからだ。自分たちの世界に回転やつまみ上げるといった行為や概念が存在すること自体知覚できないからだ。
Okay. It's like, well, are you gonna go 4D, 3D, 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5Ds? I didn't get what she was saying at all.
違う次元にいる者たちはそれぞれ自分たちだけにしか理解できない世界にいる。お前が言った通り都合のいい夢の中、つまり妄想の中にいるんだ。
Okay, it's a weird analogy, but alright. Because it's all theoretical
研究者の間
anyway.
では
Dimensions.
妄想シンクロと呼ばれている現象でな。宮代も言っていただろう。あいつらは妄想で視覚や聴覚、触覚さえも作り上げている。つまりこ
この学園の生徒たちは全員で同じようなすっごいリアルな幻覚を見てるってことですか？
And they're sharing their delusions, I guess. Was that really possible? Kunosato seemed to sense my disbelief. Her expression was completely serious.
正確には脳波を介して全員が妄想を共有しているんだ。だから妄想シンクロと呼ばれる。この施設の入り口もその仕組みを使って閉ざされていた。私たちはそこに壁があるという妄想を共有させられていたせいで、ここを見つけることも入ることもできなかった。だがお前によって実際にそれは壁ではないことが示されてしまった。私たちの間にあった妄想の共有は破られ、そのせいで壁は用をなさなくなった。
Okay, so it's not like, not a literal hologram. It's like a delusion in itself, I guess.
なるほど。
I didn't understand still, but I decided to pretend I did. Just nod and smile. Yes.
そしてそれと同じようにカオスチャイルド症候群者たちが全員抱いている妄想シンクロから脱し、それを壊せる奴が現れたんだ。
それが宮代？
ああ、あいつが症候群から帰還したことでこの渋谷全体で共有されていた妄想の輪が崩れた。症候群者の中から他の症候群者の妄想とシンクロしない奴が出てしまったんだからな。さっきの例で例えるなら、この学園の生徒全体で壁にぶつかるパントマイムをしているというのに、宮代がその壁を平気で素通りし、一気に世界をぶち壊しにするようなものだ。あるいは映画の世界の住人に向かって宮代がカットと叫ぶと考えてもいい。
I remember my hand going through the wall. It was like a bad dream or a bad joke.
クルスたちの脳は宮代のおかげで妄想の共有から解放されたが、現実とのギャップに耐えきれず昏睡状態に陥った。
Okay, so that's what happened to, his harem, basically.
実際昏睡状態に陥ったのはいずれも宮代と距離が近かった連中だった。
I remember the people in the hospital room. There were Kurusu, and then Naremura, Kazuki, and then Yamazori, right?
もちろん昏睡自体は危険で楽観視できないが、それは症候群から脱却するためにあいつらの脳が妄想と現実との間で戦っている証拠だ。むしろ必要な過程と言える。
Which kind of reminds me, what happened to Yuto, by the way? Isn't Yuto just by himself right now? Was he even real? I don't know. As far as I know, he's not like a chaos child. Or maybe he is, actually. And I remember, no, he was. He didn't have psychic powers, but he was affected by the earthquake. So he might also just be, in a delusion right now, I guess. It's really weird for him though, because he's by himself. There's no one to take care of him right now. Unless he's also in the hospital. Maybe he's just off screen, I guess, in a hospital bed as well.
だから
Maybe with
私たち
Rito.
は他の連中、そうと知らずに妄想シンクロに溺れている奴らからもその妄想を奪い取る。
Kunosato grinned wickedly.
そうすればあいつらはいずれ現実に帰還するだろう。宮代と同じように。宮代、薬は注射したか？
はい。
Kunosato started talking to some kind of microphone, and could hear Miyashiro's voice from the speaker next to it.
脳波のデータを取り始めるぞ。いいな。
はい。お願いします。
He sounded kind of out of it. What was he doing in the next room?
宮代はどうして症候群から帰還できたんですか？
さあな、知りたきゃ本人に聞けと。そうだな、それがちょうどいい話題になるか。 宮代の横で喋りかけていてくれないか。データを取りやすくするために鎮静剤を打っているが、かといって眠ってもらっては困る。新庄さんがいれば頼むところだが、今はお前しかいないからな。まあ薬の効果はすぐに切れてくる。それほど長い時間じゃない。
Kunosato saw my hesitation and motioned for me to get going. Okay. I had no choice but to head into the next room.
悪いな。
I heard her speak, but I didn't answer. I could tell that she wasn't talking to me. Okay. What is this room? We saw this before, I guess, in Sarika's memories. The second I came inside, I was sure. This was the room. There's no doubt about it. This is where I would talk to Wakoi in the visions. And also, apparently, Kunosato and Takaru, they just knew what this room was and everything and just did the thing, but I guess somehow they just knew. It was a cold white room. A hospital room or maybe an operating table. Or operating? Did I say table? Sometimes I read words that are just completely wrong. I don't know. Just, like, I sometimes just read them and I say them, but then, you know, I just fill in the gaps, I guess. Anyway, operating room. There was a device in the middle of the room, like something you see in a science fiction movie. Okay, it's a chair. Alright. It's like a dentist chair. Miyashiro was lying back in his seat in the middle of the device. It looked like something out of a spaceship cockpit. He wasn't asleep, but the drugs made him look really tired.
別に。
Quick, well, it really is like a dentist visit. When you're like, I guess, on the what do you call it? That drug, you know, you always hear about. I never did it though. Like when you like your wisdom tooth like taken out and everything. I haven't done it, but like, you know, you take the drug and everything, you get little like loopy, I guess, kind of like that. You know, this is the part where you like interrogate Takaru and make him spill the beans. You know. I told him I'd come to keep him from falling asleep and pulled up a chair and sat down.
何なのその機械。それで何するの？
久野里さんから聞いてない。
よくわからなかった。
All I got was that she was going to take Miyashiro's brainwaves and then she'd use them to do something about Chaos Child Syndrome.
あの人の話は難しいからね。情弱は利用するか置いてけぼりにする人だから。
私が情報弱者なのは思い出せないから。肝心なことはあんたたちが話さないからでしょ。
Miyashiro looked at me in surprise.
情弱って言葉知ってるんだ。
バカにしないで。
Well, I only learned it a bit ago. Suddenly, the machine started to give off a low moan, and I almost jumped.
大丈夫。脳波のスキャンが始まった音だ。
No, just a simple MRI scan. Don't worry about it. Miyashiro looked up at the ring spinning around his head as he talked.
これで僕の脳波を取って、それを元に画像を起こすんだよ。
久野里さんも言ってた。何なのそれ。
I couldn't have him falling asleep, so I prodded him for an answer.
僕と症候群者の違いは脳波のパターンにあるらしいんだ。そしてそれが僕の帰還できた理由。症候群者だけが見ると気分が悪くなってしまう特殊な画像があってね。どうやら症候群者は視覚から得る情報に敏感みたいなんだ。
Yes, the 11th Rorschach image, aka the sumo stickers.
まあ普通の人でも8割以上の情報は視覚に頼ってるんだけどね。久野里さんや僕はそこからヒントを得た。症候群の人が見れば僕と同じ脳波を出す。そんな画像を作ればいいんじゃないかってね。その画像を使えば 全ての将校軍者のノウハウを僕と同じように変えられる。それで全員が現実に帰還するはずなんだ。
His voice was getting softer. I needed to keep him talking about something, and it didn't matter what.
そんなこと本当にできるの？どんな画像なの？
できるさ。ここにはそのためのデータもソフトも揃ってる。だからずっと探してたんだ。多分見る人によって何に見えるか違う左右対称の画像だと思うけど、どんなものかは実際に見てのお楽しみってところか。
It'll be the 12th Rorschach image, I guess.
あんたがその特別なノウハウを持ってるなら、なんであんたは将校軍者になっちゃったの？おかしいじゃない。
最初はそんなの持ってなかった。将校軍にかかった後でそれを持つようになった。
それってどうして？
それはカオスチャイルド症候群になった人たちは渋谷地震の時地獄のような光景を体験してみんな嘘だと思ったんだ。こんなもの現実であるはずがない。自分がここにいるなんて何かの間違いだってね。それがあの白い光と反応して。
白い光？
その中でも特に強いショックとストレスを抱えていた人たちが能力者になったんだ。妄想に逃げ込むだけじゃ足りなくて辛い現実そのものをねじ曲げようとしたんだね。そのために能力を手に入れた。
Powers? Wait, what was he talking about?
しかも僕は
Hey, psychic powers?
そんな
Sounds
能力
crazy.
者の中でも一番の臆病者だった。現実が辛くて辛くて、それでずっと僕の隣にいた。
Suddenly, Miyashiro leaped up from his seat. He had a terrible look on his face. It looked the same as always, though. To me.
どうしたの？
Maybe he just always has a horrible face. He seems to be astonished at what he almost said.
ごめん。なんでもない。
He whispered and sank down back to his seat.
びっくりさせないでよ。
悪かった。
Just like Kunasato has said, the medicine was already starting to wear off. I picked up the chair that I knocked over and sat down, this time a little further away. Stay away from this dangerous guy. He didn't seem dangerous, but just in case.
それで続き、ずっと隣にいたって誰？
I could feel a sudden tension emanating from him as he stared at the ceiling. He pressed his lips together and thought. There was a silence for a while, one that threatened to burst if I pressed him for an answer. But then I heard him speak, softly.
親友だよ。
He was still staring at the ceiling.
親友なんていたんだね。あんなひどい殺人を犯すようなあんたにも。
うん。最後はそいつのおかげで思い知らされた。作られた現実なんていつか壊れてしまうものだって。けどそのおかげなんだ。僕が自分を包み込んでいた妄想から脱出できたのは、他の症候群の人たちにはそうと気づかせてくれる友達がいないんだと思う。
Wait a second, I thought. What gave him the right to say that? The people you kill probably had close friends too. I almost said that, but for some reason I stopped. Miyashiro's face, his eyes, they looked so sad.
宮代、データの取り出しは終わった。書き出しが残っているが、おそらく成功だ。
本当ですか？
もう鎮静剤の効果は薄れてきているはずだ。立ち上がっても大丈夫だぞ。
はい。
Miyashiro stood up from the seat. There's a smile on his face.
待って。
Well, everything worked out, I guess. I called out to him as he went to leave the room. There's something else I desperately needed to know.
あんたの親友って同じように症候群者だったの？今何をしてるの？
Well, they're talking to me right now. Miyashiro slowly turned to look at me.
いや、普通の人だった。もう亡くなったよ。
Oh, she's dead. Okay.
彼女はこの世界のどこにもいない。